Welcome back to the Meech and Colby podcast. We know it's been a minute. Meech is still out on the injury list. To be determined when he will come back. But we got replacements. We're back here with Ian and Angelo. Ian, what's good?
Hey, how you doing, Colby?
Good, man. We're going to talk some NBA today. We know it's been a minute. All-Star break's coming up. Team LeBron versus Team KD. I mean, that's probably the best place to start right off the grip.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I think Team LeBron's going to take it, honestly.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like KD's bench goes crazy compared, but I think Team LeBron might arguably have the best player at every position.
Exactly. I was surprised that KD took Kyrie with his first pick. I thought he was going to take Steph, honestly.
I feel like that would have been mad drama with the media, unnecessary drama.
Exactly.
I can see why he took Kyrie, though. That's his point guard, man.
Yeah, I can see it, too. But still, that meant LeBron got – what do you got? He got Giannis, Steph, Luka, and he got Jokic.
Joker in his last round pick. The only thing you could say is Embiid over Jokic, but that's just whichever one you really like. I mean, they're both top elite centers in this league.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of that, who you got right now, Jokic or Embiid? Obviously, in the MVP race, I feel like Embiid's higher.
Yeah.
If you would agree with that. But who do you think's the better center?
Honestly, for the first, I never actually saw Jokic play living on the East Coast, so you never really saw the Nuggets play.
Right.
And then I saw him play against the Celtics one time in Boston, and I was just amazed. He makes everything look so easy. But I still think Embiid's the better center overall, but that's just my opinion.
True, man. I'm going to go – this is a shout-out from my boy Meech right here, but I got to go with the Joker. I mean, Embiid looks insane this season. Right now, he's arguably front-runner for MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
But, I mean, Joker I think he has a lot less to work with than Embiid, but I feel like the Joker's just playmaking ability is just insane. Triple-double threat every night. He could have 30, 15, and 13 every night.
Yeah, that's true.
But Embiid is just, I feel like for your point, Embiid is just a superior defender.
Exactly. He's just dominant when he plays. It's just different watching Embiid than it is watching Jokic.
Yeah.
Because watching Embiid, he just dominates.
He brings it on both sides of the floor, 100%. And I was one of those people that didn't think Simmons and Embiid was going to work, but I think it might have just been Brett Brown seeing what Doc Rivers has been able to do with them this year.
Yeah, I was on that train that Simmons and Embiid wasn't going to work. I thought they were going to trade Simmons for James Harden, but
yeah, man.
I mean, it worked. So
there seems to be so many James Harden trades that broke down last minute.
Exactly.
The Heat won, the 76ers won.
Well, the Heat didn't want to give up Tyler Hero.
Yeah, that was insane, man. The Heat were they don't want to give up anybody. They have those young guys on too high value, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And here, I'm not saying that Hero's bad or anything, but this year he hasn't broke through like everyone thought he would.
Yeah, no, I don't think Tyler Hero will have a better season than James Harden's worst season in the last 8 years, probably.
I agree.
Career, which is crazy because I think Harden on the Heat, getting a little off topic right here, is automatically the East winner. Threat to the Nets out East, probably the East winners in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. You take Jimmy Butler. I was just watching Butler against the Pelicans last night. He shot 10 for 13. He was, if you had him and James Harden together, I don't think anyone's stopping that.
I know Jimmy's defense, playmaking. Man, those two are just – James Harden makes the game look so easy. And we're just going off. We just keep snowballing right here. But when we were talking about the MVP earlier, speaking of James Harden, in my opinion, is my front runner for MVP right now.
I can see it, honestly. I can.
And yours?
I still got to go Embiid so far. Embiid, he's leading the Sixers. I think the Sixers are still first in the East right now.
Yeah, they still got the 1 seed.
And when he doesn't play, the Sixers are just an absolute train wreck when he doesn't play. So I feel like Embiid's the most valuable player to his team so far this year, if I had to pick an MVP. But I can see the case as to why Harden would be there.
Yeah, man, I just feel like Harden went to Brooklyn and he just completely renovated his game, dropping 40 a night. He's a triple-double threat every night.
Exactly. It's insane what he can do now. And he hasn't even played with KD and Kyrie together that much either.
Yeah, it seems like one of them's always hurt, but Harden's always out there.
Oh yeah, he's always there, which I was actually kind of shocked with. I thought he wasn't going to be out there. I thought he might have gotten, I don't know, something might have happened where he might have been hurt or something.
Yeah,
But
I know, like conditioning stuff like that, because he wasn't looking that good to start the season.
he
He was looking
just
like a
he just
pregnant
immediately
woman.
went to Brooklyn and said, you know what, I'm just gonna remember how to play basketball again.
For real, lost 40 pounds on the plane ride over and stuff,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, man, but most definitely, Embiid, he's definitely his problem throughout his whole career, I would say, would be his injuries. This
Yeah,
season, he's been out there so much, he's missed like maybe a handful of games,
yeah.
and he's just dominant.
And I think you'll get that with Embiid. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to play like every single game in the season, but when he's out there, you know he's going to put up the stats. And my biggest thing with Embiid was, I mean, I know people talk about it all the time with the maturity thing, where like it never seemed like, I'm not saying he wasn't focused, but this year it just seems like he kind of is just like focused on just basketball.
Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you most definitely. Embiid's definitely had like a lot of off-court drama, which I feel like he still does have this year. He's still like bringing that sassiness to the game, getting Donovan Mitchell teed up a couple nights ago, talking smack about Turner, Rudy Gobert,
uh,
back-to-back nights.
See, but now he's just doing it with his play. He's not. He doesn't even have to
Yeah,
say anything now. All he's just gonna he's gonna play his game. And
true, true. Those guys are definitely elite centers, man. They're bringing back the center position. I don't think there's been that good of a center since probably like Dwight Howard.
probably it's been a
Prime
while.
Dwight Howard. Prime for all you youngins out here that don't know about Dwight Howard on the Magic.
Nah, they only know him about when he was on the Lakers and the.
Oh man,
I
the
don't know.
rough days.
Wait, he plays for Philly now, doesn't he?
Yep, backing up Embiid.
Damn,
Speaking of
that's funny.
which, yeah, how it all comes around. Yeah, man. But speaking of All Star Weekend, we got a pretty lackluster dunk contest again. Cassius Stanley never made a dunk in his NBA career, but he's dunking in the dunk contest. That's where we're at. Yo, Alex Caruso turned down an invitation from the dunk contest.
Bro, you know the dunk contest is like in a bad place when Alex Caruso. You couldn't even get Alex Caruso. I mean, come on, man.
For real, man. I mean, I would have loved to see the Caruso out there representing the Lake Show.
Bro, I would have. I saw. Did you see all the people that got turned down? That like turned it down.
Yeah, man.
What was it? It was like Zion,
They were really
Jalen Brown, Anthony Edwards, Miles
LaVine.
Bridges, like Levine. Assuming Aaron Gordon turned it down too, but
Yeah, I bet they were really banking on Zion. That was gonna be their only thing.
bro, they wanted Zion in it so bad. That's so bad.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough. I'm not 3-point contest. That looks elite.
That's gonna be fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, they got the stars of the stars to play 3-point that night, man.
As much as I want to see, I'm a Celtics fan, so as much as I want to see Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum take home the dub, I don't know if I can bet against Steph Curry.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's nice as a Celtics fan having two of your guys in there.
Yeah.
Are you guys above 500 yet?
We are. We're 2 games above 500 now.
Okay.
It took a while, but we're there.
It's nice to have your guys, two guys in there, man. Tatum took home what, skills last year?
I think it was either last year or the year before that he took home skills. I can't remember when it was, but
I know he took home skills a couple of years back, maybe. But yeah, man, I think one of those guys. It's nice having two people in there. Levine's in there.
yeah,
He's gonna shoot lights out. Curry, obviously, like you said.
yeah.
I saw Dame Lillard dropped out last second.
I think he saw Steph and he was like, "Ah, damn, we're not doing this again." So
Yeah, man, we got some shooters in there.
I'm surprised that they didn't get Buddy Hield or Joe Harris in there.
Yeah, Buddy Hield. Has Joe Harris won it?
I think he won it last year.
Yeah. Joe Harris was nice with the Buddy Hield's won one before.
I think did they get Booker? I think Booker's in there.
Yeah, Booker finally 2-time All-Star replacement Devin Booker. I had some Suns fans popping off on me on Instagram one day.
Oh, here we go.
On this Lakers fan page. They were like, after the Suns beat the Lakers, I was like, damn, tough L's. I was like, we couldn't even win with D-Book getting kicked out because D-Book was like talking about greasy to the ref. And anyway, some Suns fan was coming at me crazy, bro. He was like, out of nowhere, he just came at me and he was like, yo, you just mad because the Suns are going to be winning the chip this year. I was like, I ain't mad. We won the chip last year. You feel me? That type of thing. He was coming at me, man. they were coming at me, dude. Like then all Suns Nation was coming at me, and
Oh Lord, here we go.
I was like, dang man, all I made was one comment.
See, as a predominantly Celtics like content creator, you'll get the guys from like Philly, or you'll even get the Lakers.
Philly's vicious, bro.
But I thought Philly was bad. These New York Knicks fans, bro, they haven't seen a team play good in like 20 years. The team is over 500 for the first time in like this decade, and they want to come out of the woodworks.
Dude, I'm sure any real threat in the East would love to play the Knicks in a playoff series.
Bro, it'd be easy.
I know. That's a free series, bro. First round.
Like, I mean, the Knicks are nice. Emmanuel quickly looks like he could be something. Julius Randle's an all-star. I don't think he's going to, like...
I don't think
he's not a world beater, but he's still an all-star in his own right. But
yeah. I feel you. I think any team out East wants the Knicks round one if they're making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is happy about the Knicks being good for once, but...
yeah, for what, man?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to give the Knicks fans something. I mean, you got to give it to Tom Thibodeau. I mean, at least he's getting something out of them. That's more than any other coach has gotten out of them.
So. Yeah, man. Maybe their best bet is hoping that a stud demands a trade to the Knicks soon.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got the picks. They got those Dallas picks. Dallas isn't looking too good right now. They're on the win streak, but they're still out the playoff picture in the West.
Yeah. That's true. We'll have to see if any team actually makes a big trade, because it feels like every team is in contention to make the playoffs.
Out East, yeah, man. That's why I saw the Magic shopping Vukovic, but I don't see them shopping Vukovic because they're always in that 8th, 7th seed contention every year, I feel like, with Vuk.
Yeah. Last time I checked, though, I think they were around the bottom. They were like 13th, I think. The last time I checked, but
because Aaron Gordon's been out and obviously Fultz has been out.
That's true.
But
man, Vucevic would look so nice in the Celtics uniform. I'm just saying
he would. Who you guys would have to give up Kemba, right? Because I don't think the trade exception would fit his contract, would it?
I'm not sure. I think it might, but I don't know. We'll have to see. If you asked me a week ago if we were going to trade Kemba Walker to get Vucevic, I would have 100% been on that train.
Bro, feed Kemba to the wolves, bro. You gotta trade him, dude.
Yo.
You keep Kemba for Vuk. I don't know. We don't know what the exact trade would look like. Kemba and a first and a couple seconds for Vukovic.
I mean, I'll take it, but Celtics still won't have a point guard at that point. I mean, Jeff Teague actually, he woke up and decided that he's going to play basketball this year. So
your boy Isaiah has been hooping in Puerto Rico.
I'd love to have IT back, honestly, but I mean, I don't know. I think he said earlier this year, someone asked him if he ever was going to come back to the Celtics, and he said no. But
I'm sure that man is just desperate to get a job wherever he get offered, bro.
I hope he'd come back to Boston, man. I miss IT.
Dude, he's played, I know, Smart, Jaylen Brown. Those are guys who have played with – Tatum's never played with him, right? Tatum and IT separated that offseason.
No, because that was the offseason he got drafted. That was when they traded for Kyrie. So
Right. So I know guys like, Semi has played with IT, I think, right?
I think so.
And obviously Brad's worked around IT.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Brad was the guy that got the most out of IT. So
no doubt, especially with Smart, Avery Bradley right next to him, a guy like that.
And Smart and Brown weren't the players they are now when IT was there. So
and the biggest thing for Isaiah Thomas is you have to hide him on defense.
Yeah.
And if you guys could bring in a real center, you guys could throw out Smart when he's healthy. Brown and Tatum are really good 3-and-D, like not 3-and-D, but they're really good two-way all-stars. And if you guys got a real big man, you could really hide like a guard like Isaiah there, Teague there, Kemba even.
I mean, I know a point guard is important, but I mean, if we were to trade Kemba for Vucevic, I wouldn't necessarily be mad about it per se, but I'd just be concerned. Just a little hesitant because, I mean, I've seen teams that don't have a point guard and they have other guys, but they're just not.
Celtics make a move for Westbrook involving Kemba. It's Westbrook.
I mean, he's played well as of recently, but Bradley Beal likes him in Washington. So, but I mean, every player has said that he's liked Westbrook and then he ends up getting traded. So
yeah, good point.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he'd probably be fine. I mean, he doesn't do much shooting.
Is he a better fit than Kemba?
No, I don't think he is, because I mean, Kemba can shoot better than Westbrook can, and Kemba's been good as of recently. So
Yeah, no doubt. The last few games, Kemba's definitely stepped up his game after took a few game winners, smiled after he missed them, man. I don't know what's going to go with him right there, man.
Man, Celtics fans were ready to just get him out of here. Like they were ready to like ship him out.
He's got a pretty fat contract, bro. You could
Yeah,
get a nice package in return. Kemba for, say, John Wall.
I mean, I'd like John Wall. I haven't really like paid attention much to Houston this year because I
It's
mean,
yeah. After
there's nothing
Christian Wood
really
went,
there. But
after Christian Wood went down, their whole season went down.
yeah, that was tough. I mean, John Wall's still putting up his numbers. So
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Let's see what it would be like on a contending team in Boston. Might be a little different, but
I mean, if he was there with Tatum and Brown, I don't know if his passing is still there, but
he's a dog too.
if it is, then I think him and Marcus Smart would work pretty well together. I mean, unless there's any
Yeah.
bad blood from back in the day when the Wizards and Celtics played in the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah, those were some fire games, man. Speaking of that, let's take a minute to talk about. As a Lakers fan, I wasn't watching much playoff basketball back then.
Yeah,
But Celtics Wizards was a nice rivalry. Kelly Olynyk went off one game
yeah, that was
in a game 7, right?
yep, that was Game 7. That was his greatest game he's ever going to play as an NBA player,
For real.
and he kept it for Game 7. That series was so much fun.
John Wall hitting the buzzer 3.
That was actually like around the first time I started like actually paying attention to the NBA.
Right.
Like I always knew about the Celtics and like, I knew about the big three. Like, you had Garnett and Pierce and Ray Allen and Rondo and them. It's like I always knew about them, but like I never like really like focused on it like I would like other sports. But
Absolutely.
that series, man, that series made me a fan because
Dude, that was some great basketball. That whole playoff run. Obviously, a LeBron team ended up making the finals. I believe he was on the Cavs that year.
yeah,
He went up against IT Celtics. That was another.
that was the series that IT got hurt in, and that was the whole like that was pretty much the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt. Because then the next year he got shipped off, and you guys just met him up again in the Eastern Conference Finals, but with Tatum.
Yeah, but IT wasn't on that team. That was when like the Cavs were like they were one team for half the year, and then they traded everybody at the deadline.
Yep, they traded IT, D Wade.
D Rose.
Yeah, I remember that, and they still made the finals.
I mean that Cleveland, that LeBron was different that playoffs, man. And like that was playoff basketball that like I saw Tatum and Brown. I'm like, damn, these guys are going to be insane. They're not ready. They're not ready yet.
With the big dog. Yeah, man. I mean,
I just remember Terry Rozier and Marcus Smart shot us out of that game. Like they went like 0 for like 35, something crazy like that. Like they did not hit anything.
Dude, that playoff run got Terry Rozier a big bag from Charlotte.
I'm glad Scary Terry's finally doing something in Charlotte though.
Me too, man. It looked like he was a bad contract last year, and this year, like you said,
he's looking nice. Do you think it's the Gordon Hayward effect?
Oh man, dude.
Or the LaMelo Ball effect?
Dude, I don't know, but Charlotte's fun.
I've never like remembered when Charlotte was like this fun, even when Kemba Walker was there.
Yeah, no, man. I don't think Charlotte's ever been this fun. But I would say it has to be the LaMelo Ball effect.
It's got to be, man.
Because we've never seen Gordon Hayward really change the culture of a team like this. A one-time All-Star in Utah, okay.
He wasn't much with the Celtics. I mean, he was hurt most of the time.
He was hurt.
But yeah, he didn't like. I mean, he was I guess important to that team. Just watching him, like when he played, he was good. But then when he got hurt and tried to come back, that was his problem.
Yeah, well, it seems like the minute you guys signed Gordon Hayward and you signed Kemba Walker, they've been on the trade block.
Pretty much. I mean,
they spend their whole
that's
career
Boston.
on the trade block.
You
man.
know, if you get signed to a big contract, that's pretty much with any sport.
Dude, Boston baseball, the whole outfield's gone.
Bro, I'm sad, man. We had the dynasty. We had a dynasty in the making. We had Mookie Betts, Benintendi, Bradley, like
such a young outfield.
Xander Bogaerts was on that team. Devers was on that team. Devers, I think that was his rookie year. Like he was like his second year, and he like turned it on in the postseason. And then they decided to pay Nathan Eovaldi and Steve Pierce.
Yeah, man.
Mookie Betts, but you know what?
That's rough.
I'm over it.
It's rough, man. We wouldn't even pay Brady. Back to the Celtics. Back to the Celtics, man. But yeah, man. I mean, Celtics. They're finally above 500. Little rough start. The East is weird this year.
Yeah, it's
East sucks every year, but
this year everybody's competitive in the East. Like
yeah, I
there's
like
no
it.
easy team.
I like it. I'd much rather this.
I mean, I'd love to say the Pistons, but you know, as a Celtics fan, we know the Pistons aren't going to go away. So,
yeah, man.
oh man,
Out west, the Jazz holding up that number one seed.
yeah.
Are they contenders or pretenders, Ian, when the playoff time comes?
I don't know, man. Like I like the Jazz. I like Donovan Mitchell. He's a bucket man. But my biggest problem with the Jazz is it gonna like stay? Are they gonna be as good defensively when the time comes? Because like you can beat the Lakers now, you can beat the Clippers if you want now, but when it comes to the playoffs, that's kind of a different kind of environment. So
No, I have to actually agree with you 100%, man. They're not gonna have the guys to bang out with Kawhi 7 games, Paul George 7 games,
exactly,
LeBron, AD.
like they have a great team, and this team's been special what they've been able to do. But I hope it's sustainable because I like the Jazz, but I until I see it happen, I don't think I'm going to believe it as much as I say that.
No, yeah, I have to agree with you. Out west, the Lakers have been looking rough without AD. They're still my favorites
I
coming
was
out
gonna
the
say,
west.
I was gonna say, how are you feeling with AD out right now? And
So what I'm feeling is, I've always kind of thought that AD is what makes the Lakers roll like a train. He's like kind of really unsung for, underrated, and it's really showing right now because LeBron's getting his numbers,
yeah,
but we're not winning. Trez is getting his numbers, but we're not winning, and it's really hurting without AD because I mean our big men, Gasol, Trez is great on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, nobody on defense is Keith Morris. Jared Dudley's getting minutes now that AD's
Jared
out.
Dudley's getting minutes. Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
bro. That's how you know that our defensive side of the ball is really hurting right now, down low. Because Gasol, former defensive player of the year, but he's good for like
former,
15, 20
former's the
minutes a
word.
game. Former, yeah, bro. Like 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
No, like 5, 6 years ago. But yeah, we're hurting defensively. We're giving up way too many shots too. KCP, I don't even know what's happened to homeboy.
yeah. What happened to him, man? He was lights out in the playoffs in the bubble,
He
and
got paid, bro. Then he stopped. He probably stopped taking shots. No, I can't take shots at KCP. That's my dude.
I mean, he's still better than Danny Green. So,
Yo, even Philly fans are hating Danny Green now. I'm like, just wait till the playoffs, bro. It gets worse. It gets worse in the playoffs. They better ship him out.
It's a good thing Philly has Seth Curry now because
Yeah, he's been lights out for them, man.
how did Dallas get rid of Seth Curry like that, man? Like
For Josh Richardson, I get Josh Richardson's a better defender, but I'd rather Seth Curry all day.
exactly, and Seth Curry's not even that bad of a defender. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know what they're doing.
Granted, it might have been the brother thing, but I feel like every playoffs, he's always a dude who gives Steph Curry the hardest time on defense.
Yeah, what was that Portland series? I remember that.
Yeah. Dude, that was some good. Other than Dellavedova, man, that could have been the best guard of Steph Curry I ever saw. Is Dellavedova still in the league, man? I don't even know.
Think so. I think he's in like Australia.
Him and Mozgov. LeBron brought those dudes to the chip, bro. I don't even know if they're in the league anymore. Starters on the chip team.
Man,
that team was insane. Dellavedova, J.R. Smith, LeBron, Tristan Thompson, Mozgov. That was a starting five in the finals. And Kevin Love and Kyrie.
And that was a 6-game year. That was a 6-game series, wasn't it? He won them a couple games.
Yeah, people were calling for LeBron for the MVP.
How do you feel about LeBron for the MVP this year as a Lakers fan?
As a Lakers fan and as a big LeBron fan, he's not in my top 3. Maybe 4th place, but I don't see him taking another MVP the rest of his career, really. I think it just shows how important Anthony Davis is to the team.
Yeah. Because like I was kind of confused when the NBA would always show their MVP like leaderboards and LeBron would always be like 1 or 2, and I'm like, is LeBron really like doing that well? Like, I mean, I'm on the East Coast and watching these games, and so like I don't see the Lakers games all the time, but like even just like looking at, they're not even showing as many highlights as with him as anymore. So
yeah, and it's been different, man. Like as a LeBron fan before on Cleveland, I can notice people always like bash his players and stuff. But right now, people are like bashing the Lakers players, and we got a really good supporting cast. I feel like we got two
Yeah.
former six men of the year in first and second place, Trez and Schroeder. Those two guys right there are pretty good for us. And I feel like those are two guys that are going out there helping LeBron every night. Kuz has turned into a different player this year, man. My man Kuz has turned into a role player. He knows his role, man. He's playing defense, grabbing rebounds, not taking stupid shots, man. Like somebody's talked some sense into him after he's got rid of his bleach blonde hair, bro.
Do you remember when they got drafted in that year? They were comparing him to Jason Tatum.
Yo, I was saying Kuz over Tatum, bro. I'll stick to that to this day. To this day. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was bad, bro.
That was so funny. I just remember those, and I was like,
I was like,
shout out to Jason Tatum though for turning 19 the other day.
For the fourth time.
Fifth time.
Jesus. Celtics fans, brother. He's only 19.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I was part of that train when he got drafted, and he was doing what he was doing in the playoffs. I was like, he's only 19. Imagine what he's gonna be like when he's like in his prime.
And he's lived up to it, man. He's looking like an All NBA player again this year.
Yeah, he's looking good.
His subs got bacon on it.
Yo, that commercial was so funny.
Yeah, for real.
I love that commercial for it.
Like my subs are rings. Man, Warriors finally coming together. They look really rough to start the year.
Oh yeah, Kelly Oubre and Wiggins, they couldn't hit anything when the year started.
Kelly Oubre was terrible, but he's finally starting to get a groove right now. Yeah. We got about like 3 minutes left. We're just wrapping up some thoughts around the NBA. Who's your leader for Rookie of the Year right now?
Rookie of the Year, I want to say Tyrese Halliburton because of what he's been doing, but I think I got to give it to LaMelo, man. He's making the Hornets a good team right now.
True. I really like Tyrese. But especially like you said, in the media, loves them some LaMelo Ball, bro. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably the next – bro, it's like they put Zion in the back corner.
I was just about to say something about that. Do you remember like last year where even with Giannis too, like – every single day you saw a Giannis or Zion highlight every single day. And this year you don't see him at all. I haven't seen a Giannis highlight since like the beginning of the year, and I haven't seen Zion at all. So
yeah, no, for real. Definitely they haven't been talking about Zion as much. He's an all-star, right?
Yeah, he was an all-star.
Did you see what team drafted him?
KD.
Oh, Team KD has him?
Yeah, KD has him now.
Okay, I like that. But yeah, I feel like especially when you bring that up about Giannis, bro, his highlights have been down.
I know.
Online, definitely in the MVP race, he's been down, but I feel like that's also a little bit of voter fatigue.
That's true.
What is he, back-to-back or 3-time?
I think he's back-to-back.
True.
And he was Depoy last year, so.
Yeah, man. Depoy this year, who you got leading it right now?
Rudy Gobert.
True, 100%. I'm going. Oh, 100%.
100% it's going to be Rudy Gobert by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, true. I like AD at the beginning of the year. He's missing way too much time. AD might come back sitting like back-to-backs, minutes restriction till playoff time. But I like Miles Turner right now.
Miles Turner, man. He was pretty good. He looked pretty good in the Celtics uniform.
Celtics wish list, bro. But you can save that. It's like online where you know you don't have enough money for something. You put in your wish list.
We had it too. But
Danny Ainge is too stingy. Bro, if Danny Ainge does not use this trade exception before it expires, he's 100% deserves to be fired.
I swear, man. He has more pressure on him now than he's probably ever had as the GM of the Celtics.
He's looking pretty overrated, in my opinion, man. He got all those draft picks, too afraid to use them. They should have sent Jaylen Brown in a deal last year to the Pelicans to get AD when the time was available.
I will say, but AD's dad said that he didn't want to stay in Boston. So
true. But I think 1 year.
I think they got burned.
AD.
They got burned when they traded for Kyrie, and I mean, Colin Sexton has been a pretty good player.
True. But, Colin Sexton has been pretty good. The risk of Kyrie, I think the risk was worth it, especially with IT's injury coming up.
Yeah. But do you blame Brad Stevens? Because he's had all this talent and he hasn't been able to do anything outside. I mean, he's gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is good, but he can't get over the hump. So
yeah, man. Celtics fans, if you're listening, you're above 500, so be happy. Come All-Star break. Figure some stuff out. Hopefully you win some skills maybe an All-Star game MVP, maybe a 3-point competition.
No
But
one
you
will
ain't
take
winning the
it.
chip this year, boys. We out.
Right.